Hello from the mountain. I'm Jen Shakti, and I'm on a solo camping adventure. So we're gonna take a little hike around the campground because I have a feeling there's some interesting things to see. This is a cultural site of the Cahuilla people, and they would come up to the mountains in the autumn to gather acorns for the staple for their food for all year. So I'm at Mount San Jacinto State Park Campground in Idyllwild. And it's a really nice campground. The bathrooms are not pit toilets. I was really surprised. And it's cooler here than the desert, and it's a good day for an adventure. So right away, what's amazing is look at the size of this oak in my camp. Just incredible, the canopy. This is probably, I'm not an expert with oaks, but at least 300 years old, maybe 400 years old. Look at how there's this little seat inside, a little nest. And for picking a site just off the internet, I got lucky because the bathroom is just right there. So I'm always looking for clues on the paperwork and maps. And I noticed that there's a little nature trail along the perimeter of the campground. What a nice little illustration, giving people an idea of what acorn life was like. The air sure smells good up here. The trail starts at the end of the campsites and goes up this little hill. And right away, I see something interesting. So when I look over to this stone, look, there's a mortar on the side of this stone. That's not a natural feature. But then, as we come around to the top, look, there's a mortar here and another here. It's not very deep, but that was definitely used. So was this boulder turned over by natural forces to expose another face? That's a mystery, but very interesting. Now we're walking through this beautiful grove of manzanita. And in June, it's putting out its fruit. Look at these berries. I don't know if you can see, but they're even slightly sticky. that gray squirrel playing. You guys didn't think you'd see anybody up here, did you? Oh, now this is interesting. Look at these giant boulders. This is worth investigating. Oh, so right away, look at this. This is very interesting. This is not natural. But I have never seen grinding holes on the side of a boulder like this. Okay, here's one. Here's one. Here's one. And so are these actually giant cupules? No one knows the exact meaning of cupules, but usually they're gathered in one place and they're very small, but they are considered to be a form of petroglyph, and we know that it was some indication of sacredness to the native people. Let's come around. This is interesting. Look at how there's this half and half granite stone. Boy, my inner child, this just feels like such a wonderful place to run around and chase these pathways through the stones. Almost like steps going down. And again, this doesn't seem natural, although it could be. Could this have been a place of initiation? Walking through the boulders from one side to the next. So it's kind of funny, we're just right here along the border of the park, and it's fenced, and it just doesn't feel very wild. It feels very domestic, you know, the modern boundaries and the way that the land is divided by the town, and just how many people come to visit and use this area for its natural beauty. But I have not seen anybody on this little trail. And I'm a big fan of exploring my surroundings. And you can hear Highway 243 is just right there. And the cars are going by and the trucks, and it's actually pretty noisy. But it's so beautiful. Oh my goodness, what do I see? Look at this bedrock mortar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's a lot of debris in these. A whole community could have come to grind acorns here. So I'm gonna say that's about 6 or 7 inches deep to the bottom. Maybe some of these others are a little deeper. But it's such a perfect stone. It's flat. You could sit at the edge, or I have a vision of standing with a pounding stick upright. You could do the same, although we usually just see the manos, you know, the stones that are in the holes, and it's usually depicted the native people seated. Now this one is more of standing height. This was another food processing station. Let's get on top here. Oh yeah. Oh, what a great sight. Gosh, this could even be a place where the acorn mash was put in here and water poured over it to release the tannins, because look at this natural seam in the rock, and it's on a slant. So water could have been poured from a basket and just drizzled down to the earth. Let's see if I can get a better view from this angle. Look at how water could have come down here. And then just here on this side, 3 more mortars. There's gotta be more. Right off the highway. If you're coming towards the town of Idyllwild, it's on your right, inside San Jacinto State Campground. There's even signs. So I hiked it backwards, but that's kind of cool. That's usually how I like to do things, from a different perspective. Here we're coming through a beautiful grove of wild rose. Look at teeny little leaves of rose. Now we're hiking through this really lush little meadow of wild rose and ferns. Baby oaks growing up. Gotta watch out for the poison oak. Leaves of 3, leave them be. Campground and campsites are just right. There are markers on the trail, so if you're not an experienced hiker or you've got little children, this is a really great place to bring them, to build up their confidence in hiking and following a trail, not getting lost. Oh my goodness, did you see that butterfly? Oh, look at these beautiful columbine. It's such a unique flower. That's an easy one to identify. There's some more. Look at this little, I don't know, it's like a little festive jester hat. It's kind of shaped like a fuchsia. Downturned flowers.